What does it take to make a successful corporate retreat? And I'm a big fan of saying it starts with coffee. This is the tales of Mountain Creek Ranch. So Mountain Creek Ranch is already famous for amazing upland bird hunts and family reunions and horseback rides, trail rides through the Mark Twain Forest and through the land here. But the one thing that I honestly, personally, as a leadership facilitator, believe it is the best in the world at is hosting corporate retreats. So what do we do here at the ranch when we host a corporate retreat? Well, we have the amazing new Haley House Event Center. That's a wonderful place for people to gather and relax in a completely different environment for things like strategic planning sessions, looking into annual goal retreats where we're setting our annual goals. I've even done some mission and vision creation meetings where we're sitting down and talking about our why as an organization. And I'm so proud to bring the clients here that I have spent 30 years developing relationships with. What's also really special fun about this place as a corporate retreat is the fun. Like, we get to do things like upland bird hunts, European hunts, horseback riding, wagon rides, chuck wagon dinners, all those things that make it a memorable retreat. Besides great, incredible coffee, which they have here at the ranch, there are really 10 things that I think need to be in place for you to have a successful corporate retreat. So if you're the planner, you're the one that's doing it, get your notes out, because I think there are 10 things. And do I have any credibility in saying this? Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. I started my own business in 1996 as a leadership coach and consultant, and I've done a lot of facilitation of corporate retreats through the years, some that I will never forget. And so I think that I've boiled down 10 really good things that have been consistently a part of the most successful corporate retreats I've ever been a part of. So number one is that your corporate retreat truly should disconnect you from what is considered your norm. So sometimes just going to a hotel room, hotel meeting space that's just another boardroom doesn't cut it. So I think a disconnecting opportunity from whatever you consider to be normal is an important number one. Number two truly is defined objectives. And it's okay if one of those objectives is grow closer together as a team. But I think we need to know before we ever start out, what are your defined objectives of investing this time? See, I think corporate retreats can either be expenditures or investments. And we really strive to make them investments in your cultures. The third is that there's a mix of work and personal time. And I'm not just talking playtime. I'm talking work time where we're together as a team accomplishing things. But also personal downtime where I can kind of unload my thoughts. I can get myself centered. So I just finished a retreat here 2 weeks ago, and they built in an hour and a half time with little snack bags for their individual people to do whatever they wanted to do, whether that's sit by the pond, walk, go find a trail, go out and pet some horses, go look at the longhorns, just some personal reflection time. And I found that that is a very important piece to a corporate retreat. Great nourishing food. You could put the coffee in that as well if you want. But great nourishing food is an important part of a corporate retreat. I've been to so many where they just, oh my gosh, there's another break and here come the big, huge mounds of cookies. And you start to hear people in the retreat go, oh, if I eat one more thing, or if I have one more piece of sugar, I'm gonna die. Great nourishing food, protein, fruits, vegetables, and desserts. But opportunities to nourish and feed your body with food you wouldn't normally have. There's no chicken nuggets coming out in our corporate retreats. Outside facilitation. And of course, it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but you know, when the CEO thinks he can do it or she can do it, and they stand up, guess what happens? Everybody in the room just agrees with them because they're the boss. So an outside facilitator that can truly bring fresh thought and honest transparency to your meeting, I think is an important point. Number 6, a parting plan. What do I mean by that? What do I do next? I'm going to get in my car or whatever and leave the corporate retreat. What is the first thing I need to do when I get back? Because the thick of thin things just come falling in on you. If you've been gone 3 or 4 days, you get back, your desk looks like a hurricane hit, and then you go right back into your work when you've been working on your work for 3 or 4 days, and you get back in, you go, oh my gosh, I got to work in my work. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember, what was I going to do differently because I invested during that corporate retreat? So I'm a huge fan of saying, what are the first 3 steps you're going to do when you get back to the office? What are the first 3 things you're going to do differently based on what you learned? Number 7 is a unifying theme to your retreat that gives it a little bit of shelf life. So it's a theme of writing for the brand, or waking up to great, and it's a sunrise theme. Or it's a theme of, I just finished one, a game of inches, playing off the Olympics idea. It's in the inches that we see the differentiation. So I believe every corporate retreat needs a great theme that kind of gels it all together and allows people to go back mentally and think of it long after the retreat's over. Number 8 is some type of a connecting or an unveiling of things you didn't know about each other. Now, the lazy people will call this a team building activity. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's what we call it. I call it an unveiling and a connecting opportunity where I say, oh my gosh, I didn't know that about you. I learned something about my teammate, and we're closer together now because of it. So some types of activities where we can unveil skills. That can happen fishing in the pond. It can happen on a cattle drive of Longhorn, and it always happens on a horseback ride. So I think that unveiling and connecting is important. Number 9 is overcoming an obstacle. There should be something challenging that happens in a retreat. Something that forces you to do something you didn't think you could do. And I am not talking about a ropes course. I'm talking about, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I had that in me, and I did it. And it can be something as simple as riding a horse, or hiking on a trail, or getting in a wagon, or just waking up early and watching the sunrise. And number 10 of the successful things we need for a corporate retreat is fun. And fun is what we're all about at Mountain Creek Ranch. So I encourage you to think about your own corporate retreats. If a corporate retreat is something you'd like to do here at Mountain Creek Ranch, reach out to us. You can find us on the web at mountaincreekranchmo.com. And we've got all our corporate retreat information there. We'd love to see you here. I'd love to facilitate with you. And I promise you, we will hit all 10 of these success metrics. We'll see you next time on Tales of Mountain Creek Ranch.